Hey, welcome to Wrestling in a Movie. I'm Scott, and there's Dave with me, and we are here to give you our recap post show of CWF Voltage from April 25th, 2026.
Dipper Deppers.
This this was like my first time at the CWF. Um, all I'm going to say is Marshall Briggs pulled the giant reset lever and the trapdoor
Yep.
fell, and we got different wrestlers, we got different factions, we've got different champions. We have got a new show.
It's crazy. That
It's
that
awesome.
was one of the most interesting turn of events I've seen at the CWF since you and I have been going to that.
Wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, holy cow. So, and it's funny you mentioned that because this event saw the return of former champion Simon Phillips. What's he
Yep.
say? The toast of the coast.
Coast to the coast.
Yeah, what a good wrestler, man. He put on
Man.
one hell of a show, he and Chris Mason, and we will talk about that a little bit later
Yeah.
on that. So, dude, um, before we get started,
Okay.
I just want to ask, what was your match of the night?
Wow. You know what? I have to, it's got to be a toss up for
I,
me
I have that issue as
between
well.
Mason and Phillips and Nathan Sims and Jay.
Interesting. Okay,
What
I'm
were
halfway
yours?
with you
What
on
was
there.
yours?
Mine is Chris Mason and Simon
Yeah,
Phillips
such a good
and
match.
Marshall Briggs versus Flo. the
Yeah,
the main event.
that was freaking great. The
The,
ending to that was phenomenal.
yeah, I'm just
I
talking
mean, the
about
real ending, not the
yeah,
ending.
before it got to the chaos, which we'll talk about. The actual match we'll talk about. So yeah, so
Yeah,
there were some good ones. I
I
will
liked them
say
all. They were all solid.
it was
It was a
solid.
solid show, man.
And one thing that you and I noticed right off the bat is this show moved fast.
Yeah, it did.
It
Yeah.
moved quick, and I appreciate everything they did to make it that way. We
Hmm.
got some great matches in. The night moved fast. I couldn't believe it was already over, but
I
we
know,
we spent a
right?
lot of time there, so it was
Yeah,
it was it was booked in the right order to keep us going, and it was done really well. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
had a great time at it. So I know you did too.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was to talk to some of the guys in the pre-show. Um, Flowhawk came over and spoke to us.
Simon Phillips as well.
Simon
Yes.
Phillips was nice enough to come over and speak to us. Um, and then to watch the show. And from that point on, as soon as we turn on our pre-show, it just seems to go really fast. You know what I mean? Because I think we're on for like a half hour before that. We're
Yeah,
just
we come on a half hour
talking and
before.
doing stuff. That seems to go by really fast. And that feeds right into the wrestling and the actual show that we're there to watch. And that just, like you said, it was rapid. It was no holds bar. They wound up taking a break at one point, and it was almost like you could see the entire audience go, take a deep breath and go,
Well,
okay.
and that's one thing I'm going to applaud. That's something that Ben has done with the show. When we
Mhm.
used to get two intermissions,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it made look, I get it. The guys needed a break. Some of them were
Oh
wrestling
yeah.
more than once. I
Oh
understand the
yeah.
logistics of it,
Crazy.
but as an audience member, sometimes it caused it to feel long. Um,
Mhm.
but this match this event Saturday was fast paced.
Yeah.
Every match was good, man. It was the whole night. And
Even
even
go ahead.
we had new people show up that we hadn't seen before.
Exactly what I was gonna say.
There we go with Jesse James, and was it
Yeah.
EB?
EB. I
EB
don't know
and
what the EB stands for. I couldn't
I'm
hear.
not sure. This is the first time I've seen these guys at the CWF, and I haven't seen them on social media, so forgive me for not having a lot of detail here. But
I
they were
stalked
entertaining.
Jesse James a little bit. And when I say
Yes,
stalked, I mean I went to his Instagram account and
I
said,
thought
"Oh,
you could say
damn,
I
I
went
gotta
to his
follow that guy."
house, I hung out in the
Yeah, no,
bushes, I
just checked
waited.
his mail. No,
Yeah, checked his mail, dug through
no,
his
I
garbage.
didn't do
Yeah,
any
that
of
just
that.
normal stuff. Yeah.
Just normal stalking.
Just kidding,
Uh,
Jesse.
no, I went there. I went to his Instagram account and made sure I followed him because we're gonna tag him and stuff. I
Mm.
went to Michael Hartz, who I thought I was already following, and hit him up. And EB, I haven't had a chance to get into and find him yet, but I like to find everybody so I can tag them when we post in the
Yeah,
images.
absolutely.
But he looks like a pretty interesting guy. Like
Yeah.
just
I
from
want to see
quickly
more.
glancing through and seeing what he's all about, he looks like he's a pretty interesting guy, and I'm hoping to see a lot more of him. He was very entertaining. The match between him and EB,
Yeah.
EB seemed like the old school uh bad guy. He was
Yeah.
clawing eyes,
I
you
kind of got
know.
that vibe. Yeah.
He was getting the eye gouges in on the black belt, Jesse James.
Black belt Jesse
And
James.
he blinded Jesse James at one point, and he turns around, he's ready to hit, and he has to stop at the last second because he almost hit the referee. And I thought that's good. That's like all in character, all in the game. And then he's attacked again by EB, and they fought pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
it was one of the quicker matches
Is
of
it
the
good?
night.
Well, it's a warm-up match to
But
get us going.
yeah, and I love the warm-up matches, especially when I've not seen somebody ever, or
Yeah.
haven't seen them for a long time. And they were good. They were really, really good. And I didn't catch what schools they went to or where they trained,
Yeah,
so I'm
I
gonna have to re-listen to the broadcast and see where these guys trained at.
yeah, yeah. So that was
But
that
very
was it.
entertaining. I enjoyed it.
Yes, it was. It was. And then, man, it just once the night started, we had the opening match of Darian Drummond versus Michael Hart.
Yeah. Oh,
Um, I'm gonna ask something.
sure.
Who's this new Darian? Did you see
Yeah,
a different Darian?
I saw a slightly different Darian, a little less shenanigans, I felt.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
He was
but
looking a
there
little
was
bit.
something.
He was a
There's
little bit.
something.
He was a little bit more ripped, I
Yeah,
think. Um, he seemed a little bit more focused on the fight, a little bit more like
he was locked
instead
in.
of
That's it. That's it. He was in the zone, man. He was locked in on that.
instead of worrying about how he was going to cheat to win, he was just worried about winning. That's what it
Yeah,
felt like,
yeah.
like a little bit more focused. And I liked that. I thought that was pretty cool until he went to go grab the pipe to hit
Look,
Michael Hart with, and it was stolen out of his hand
by Jesse James came
by
out to
Jesse
save the
James.
day. Okay, so I
Meanwhile, Nathan Sims is saying he's cheating. He should be disqualified because of that. I'm
yeah,
like, wait a minute. How is that cheating? The pipe's
yeah.
not cheating, but having the pipe
Look,
taken away is cheating?
well, let's talk about this. Look, Darian saw an opportunity. Yes, he was different. He was locked in. He was more focused. But I think Hart was getting the best of him, and he just
Oh yeah,
instantly
he definitely.
went back to his what he knew. And look, I don't blame the guy. He's hungry. He's already tasted gold with the tags, and now you know.
Mm.
But
See, and you know how I feel about those kinds of shenanigans.
I don't know
Shenanigans are one thing. Grabbing a pipe to hit somebody with, that's completely different. I don't like chairs in a ring. I don't
where
like
are people
ropes in the
going to
ring.
sit at, and what are you going to use to beat him over the head if you don't have a chair? I mean, we got to
You
think
would
these
think
things out.
all I'm saying is if you would think that somebody would go around the ring and start taking these weapons out from underneath
Like, why
the
is there a bag of thumbtacks underneath the ring?
exactly. Why is there that big orange weight that he's been beating the hell out of anybody for the last 3 months
That is
still
probably
under
some sort
there?
of cheater bar to help build the ring.
You would think that somebody would move it though. Somebody's got to go, Darian's going to come out here and grab that and hit somebody with it.
Well,
We should probably
that's
take that to the
because
back
Darian
room.
may have an inside man who makes sure it's there.
This is true. This is
I'm just
true.
saying. I'm
I'm
just
I
saying.
just think they need to have somebody go around and start taking all these things out from underneath the
Oh,
ring.
and then we'd have no tables and no
I
chairs.
just want to see the look on a wrestler's face when they jump out of the ring to grab their weapon of choice to beat somebody up, and it's not there. And then they have to get back in the ring and actually fight. That's what I want to see. I want to see the entire crowd start laughing at whatever wrestler is going to cheat, and he
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But Hart ends up winning because of
Oh,
this.
he did such a good job. Michael Hart,
That was a fun
I
match.
from what I understand, it's been a couple of years that
I
since
think
he's been
so.
back
Yeah.
with CWF.
Former champion.
He He's really good. He's
Hmm.
watching him and Darian and go back and
That
forth.
was a match, man.
It was a
That's what I'm
great
saying.
match.
Everything was hitting.
All these matches were really well, um, I don't want to say maintained because that's not right. They were really well matched. I mean, I don't know how else
They were good
I don't
matches.
know
They were
the
good
other word. I
fights.
don't have a
Good
thesaurus
fights.
on
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Uh,
Well paired up. Good
yes,
choices.
yeah, they
Um,
were really well done. Darian did try a couple of nasty things on the ropes with the strangling and stuff, and I was surprised that Michael Hart didn't do some of the same mean moves to Darian. I mean, he
well,
had it coming, but he stayed a little bit above everybody. He was looking for the energy from the audience, and
yeah.
they gave it to him.
Dude,
And they gave it
the
to him hard.
crowd,
The crowd was
this
really
night.
behind him.
This has been one of the better crowds. It keeps
Yeah,
getting better. I love how loud it
yeah,
gets. Sometimes
yeah,
I come home, my ears are ringing, and it's like,
yeah,
holy cow. So
yeah.
it's really good. I'm glad. And speaking of the crowd and working a crowd, I would argue that at the CWF, Marshall Briggs knows how to have the crowd in the palm of his freaking hand,
Yeah,
and he can really piss them off or make them happy just like that.
like that,
Like
like
that.
that. And he gave such a good speech
Yes, he did.
about what I felt like was the CWF.
Hmm.
Like that's what it means. That's if you're going to be in independent wrestling, if you're going to work in the CWF, this is what he's looking for. This is what he wants. This is what he wants the audience to see. And I think it was a good explanation. I think I think it was from the heart.
It
I think
absolutely
he really
was.
meant it. Um, and when he said he wanted somebody to win a belt that truly deserved it and truly wanted it, and not just somebody who wanted it just to have it, not to just somebody to hold it up and go, look what I won, ha ha ha, and then walk
Mm.
away. I think the ultimate ending of that belt or the beginning of that belt for this term was the right winner.
And we'll
You
get
know
to
what I mean?
that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why
Yeah.
I didn't want to give anything
Yeah.
away.
But
Um,
and he talked a lot
Briggs,
about the importance of the belt due
yeah,
to Van Christopher,
exactly.
who they lost a few years ago. And it's I really appreciate that Briggs and the
Right,
company show so much love and dedication to their friend. And
right. Yes,
it's really cool. It's good. It's yeah, that Briggs came out and that was a really good talk, but of course he's going
Mhm.
to get interrupted
By Flowhawk.
by the Flowhawk,
And the
who
Flow,
during
sorry,
our
go ahead.
pre-show dropped some truth, didn't he?
Yes. And he took that out onto the ring. And
Yes.
there may be some truth. There may be some reality to that with what Justin was talking about.
Well, there was, and we'll just wrap it up or recap that real quick. Basically,
Mhm.
Flo's out there. He's talking, we didn't have these troubles when I came on.
Right,
You acted as if you were going to help me, but you took over and kind of pushed me out. And then you bring in the dark arts and all of that. And while that is all accurate from
right,
the Flo Hawks perspective,
right, right.
Briggs hit him with something pretty solid. He's like, you wrestled Casey Navarro, you wrestled Moose. Who do you think foot the bill? You
Yeah,
know,
that
it's like
that is solid
you
truth.
got a point.
That is a solid truth. They each have their own point of view and uh their own truths going on. And
Mhm.
it's the old saying, two things can be true at the same time,
Yeah,
and neither is complete without the other.
there
So
you go.
they
So
both need each other. They both, and I think the quicker they figure that out, the better off they're going to be. I don't think we've seen the last of the dark arts.
oh no,
They may not come back anytime soon as a solid group, but they'll come back. I think a couple of those guys are going to come back hard,
oh yeah,
hard.
we will see what happens with
Yeah,
that. But Flo comes out with all of this. They're having this back and forth, and he really feels he has earned a championship shot. He
Yeah,
really feels
yeah,
that. And he says he's going to take it from Briggs. He's going to take that belt,
yeah,
and he's demanding they fight right now. And Briggs is like, no, no, we'll go on back. You'll have a decision by the end of the night. And
yeah.
we had it. So,
A good decision too. Let me tell
did
you.
we have it?
Wow. But yeah, he just walks out on Flo, and Flo's
Yeah.
just kind of standing there like, "Whoa,
Well, I mean,
this didn't go the way
let's
I
be
thought it was going to go."
yeah, let's be honest. He's the boss.
Yeah, yeah.
Eh,
He's the guy who's paying your bills. I
oh,
still don't understand how anybody could work for the guy because he likes to body slam people,
even the refs.
even the refs. However, I made a note somewhere in here. The refs were a lot better this round. Especially the guy that I'm always saying, turn around.
Oh, that
He
poor
was
guy took a beating.
he was spot on, and this time around he was too spot on.
Yeah.
But that beating comes a little bit later on.
That comes a lot later. That's in the main event. But
We
next up,
had
we had the Manimal Caden Marks
yeah,
versus the handsome half breed Tony
right.
Telesco.
Tony Teleska.
The handsome half breed. He
And
should
I
come out to
do remember
share.
Tony Teleska. I do remember
I do
him.
too.
'Cause you were asking me about him. I was like, I don't think we've seen him. And
We have.
then as I was watching him this time around, I was like, I remember him now. Yes, I
I
do.
think it was way back, man. It's been a
Yeah,
while.
it was at least 2 years. I think I heard the commentators talking about it. And I was like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
been about 2 years since we saw him. Um, he's really good.
Hmm.
He was really good. He again, another really good match, evenly matched, evenly paired. Manimal and Teleska at each other the whole time. I mean,
Yeah. It
there was
never
no
let
real
up.
downtime in any of these fights. They were going. The crowd was in on it. There was I think there was one point where they were both on the ground, and that's when the crowd got quiet for a second. And then when they both started trying to move to get up, crowd built back up again. Like, there we go. Somebody and everybody started chanting for their own guy, Tony, Manimal, mostly Tony. I mean, let's be
Yeah.
honest. Manimal's made some not friends, we'll say, not
Well,
enemies, but maybe not friends.
Manimal has chosen alliances is probably the best way to put
He's
it.
not as much disliked, I think, as Nathan Sims in the locker room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
Nathan just comes out blatantly and says he doesn't like anybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and we'll talk about Nathan here in a minute, but it's got to get
Yeah,
old having people make jokes like you're homeless and living behind the 7-Eleven. I don't know if he does. I don't think he does, man. I'm just
I
saying. I
don't think he
really don't
does.
believe he lives
I
back
don't think
there.
he does either, but that would get
But
old real quick.
it would get
It'll
old.
really,
But
really quick.
here's not only did we have this match going on, but there's another match going on because I want to know how in the hell is Darian Drummond sitting at the same table as Donnie Harris Jr.?
He just took that table over. He just walked over there. Nathan Sims got up and said, "Ha ha ha, here you go," and walked away. Meanwhile, he sits down. He just starts moving Donnie's stuff around. He's like, "Well, this is where you wanted me, Donnie. This is
Yep.
where you wanted me for 6 months. This is where," and that's Donnie tried to punish him for 6 months. This is Darian's punishment to
You know
Donnie
what?
now.
That's
You
great.
watch
It's just
for at least 6 months. He'll go. This is just a prediction. I could be completely wrong. My prediction is Darian will go wrestle, and then he's going to sit right down next to Donnie for the next 6 months
probably.
and torture Donnie for the next 6 months.
I mean,
Just
wouldn't
mess.
you?
He's probably the one who was messing with Donnie's computer.
Probably. And there's
But
something that
that's just a guess.
Darian said because Donnie made a comment about that pipe during commentary about Darian and the
Right?
pipe, and Darian's like, "Well, you'll get a pipe upside the head." And it's like Donnie doesn't. Donnie
Donnie,
again, man.
put
Darian's
the
a lot
headset
bigger
on.
than you.
Put the mobile headset on. Just get up and walk away. You can still hear what he's saying. You don't have to sit next to him.
Oh God,
You
his
can talk
cord
to
is
other
only so
people.
long. His cord's only so long. Oh God.
Oh, it's not like
They're not wireless. No,
what is
they're
it?
corded. He can
Okay.
only get away so far.
Oh,
But
that's too bad.
back
That's
to
too
the
bad.
match. The ref gets distracted. Manimal hits Tony with a low blow
Yep,
and
right
gets
in
the
the
pin.
cojones.
We this is Manimal turning it up a notch. We already saw
Mhm.
Manimal leaning into just being a more
Yeah,
aggressive, more heelish. I won't necessarily say heel, but
he's a
one
heel.
who's not afraid to take advantage of a situation.
Manimal is a heel, but I kind of don't want to call him a heel because
I know.
he's kind of been pushed into that corner. I
Well,
see where he's coming from when he says, nobody respects me. I'm going to force you to respect me.
yeah.
That's different from his saying, I'm going to force you to respect me, is I want you to in this ring. We're going to
Mhm.
fight in the ring. Whereas Nathan Sims he just forces people. And the more you push, it's no, they're not going to. But poor Mama Sims, that poor woman. Poor Mama Sims.
We're gonna get to that in just a second, though.
She's such a glorious woman. I mean, how did he wind up the way he is?
I but before Nathan, we had Simon Phillips and Chris Mason, the Southern Brute.
Oh man. Phillips looks like he's gotten bigger.
He
And
has,
he matched the Southern Brute blow
dude,
for blow,
dude. When this match
spot for
started,
spot, kick for kick. I think the reason it puts this match. I have to take this match above all the others.
mm,
I've made my decision. We never see the Brute do rope work all that much, really. He doesn't get on the corner. He doesn't stand on ropes and drop. He doesn't do, the big uh 14 karat frog splash. I always call it the frog. I don't know
it
why.
is a frog splash. Frog
It
splash
is
is
okay, so
accurate.
it is the frog.
It is a
Maybe it's
frog
just funny,
splash.
funny in my
Yeah,
head and especially when I say it out
because it
loud.
looks like a frog. Hey.
But during the fight, and I know I'm jumping ahead in this fight, but at one point, Phillips is going to get on the ropes and
Oh
do the
yeah.
thing off the ropes. And Mason gets to his feet. His legs been battered through the whole fight.
Oh
He
yes.
just
Phillips had been
forces
hammering that
Phillips
leg.
somehow back down on his butt, so he can't really move. He's got his arms locked behind him. He gets up, and I'm watching it. I was watching it in person. I watched the replay. I took pictures of this, and I still don't know how these guys that are so big. He got Phillips up on the rope. He must have been on the second. I'm not sure if he was the third rope, but I know it was at least the second. And he's got Phillips up and he falls back. And they both just hit that damn
Oh,
canvas.
dude. Yeah.
And that whole uh, ring just
Yeah.
like an
Yeah, it was a hell
earthquake,
of a
man.
hit.
It
It
was
was
cra
a
I don't even know how to word it. That whole thing just shook, and I'm like, I could feel the vibration. I was back by that middle table,
Mhm.
and I could feel the vibration, and I was like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah, that hit hard. What
That
got
was
me what the part that got me in this match is right off the bat, the Southern Brute was the Southern Brute. He did
yeah.
not let off the gas. He
No.
hit the pedal to the metal, picked up
Yep.
Phillips and tossed his ass across the ring. And I was like, the crowd went crazy. And it's like we knew at that point we had a fight.
The
And
brute
that
was
is what
back.
is like, oh Lord have mercy. We're in for it. And that was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, man.
He had to do that because he knew what Phillips is capable of.
Yeah, he had to go ahead and cripple him.
If he would have let off the gas at any moment, that would have been all she wrote. If he would have given
Absolutely.
Phillips 1 minute of respite, he would have been done. It
Yeah.
was such a great fight. And Phillips, for all his hits and kicks that he took, man, he was giving it to Chris Mason. He was giving it to the Southern Brute, and he was absorbing it. And the Brute was
Dude,
giving it
some of
back,
those chops.
and
Oh my God.
Phillips was absorbing it too. The one chop that stunned me was like one of the first ones where
Yes, it was so loud.
he hit Mason, and that it was like thunder. I mean, it was boom. Wasn't a slap. It was boom across the chest. And Chris just stood there and looked at him. He looks around at the crowd and he just shakes his head. And Phillips is like, "Oh damn." That's when you saw the what I think it dawned on Phillips that this isn't going to be as easy as I thought it was going to be today. I'm going to
Yeah,
earn my pay.
they both earned their pay
Oh
that
my God,
match.
did they ever? Phillips is
So
such
good.
a damn good fighter. He's so good in the ring, and there's a charisma about that guy, man. Whenever
There
he
is. He's
talks,
got,
whenever he's in the ring, he's there. Like you're paying attention to that guy.
and that's you are paying attention. And I was paying attention to watching him get thrown across the damn ring. And it's
Yeah,
like,
boy,
whoa, my God. Yes, that was definitely a contender for my match of the night for sure.
yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
So let's get to Nathan Sims, the guy who they say lives behind Circle K and smokes crack. I don't know. I don't believe it. But the crowd obviously doesn't care for Nathan Sims at all. This poor guy comes out, plops a chair down, wants to have a talk, and he's got so much heat. So much heat, man. And
Oh,
it's awesome.
right
It's
off the
awesome.
bat, right
It's
off the
awesome.
bat, nobody wanted to listen to him.
No,
Every time he went to talk, they shouted him down. The crowd
which
just
is great.
shouted him down. They didn't care what he had to say. He
Nobody
could have
wanted to
been
hear from him.
he could have been quoting Shakespeare and the people didn't care. They just did not care.
No. I think he's made a lot of enemies, and
Yeah.
one of them was Jay Blanchard, who decides to come out and they kind of get in each other's face. And
Yeah.
Jay issues pretty much a challenge
Yeah,
um,
right then and there.
to what was going to turn out to be a championship match.
And this is how you know that Sims and the Marshal have worked so long together. This is the one time that I think Sims kept his cool to an extent and said, "No, I'll get back to you in about 10 minutes," and
Yeah, that was a
walked
different
out of the
Sims. He
stage.
was more calculated.
Yeah, I think at first he wanted to just go after him,
Well, of
but
course,
something
man. He's like been on
something made him
fire.
step back and go, "No, no, I'm not giving this kid what he wants right now. I'll do it on my time." And he did. And that was
Right.
probably the best decision Nathan Sims could have made at that point because I think had he gone in there right then, Jay would have won. Jay would have won him, would beat him
Oh
down
yeah.
within minutes
Yeah. He
because Jay was
psychologically,
pumped.
Jay
Jay
had
was
the
ready. Jay wanted it. He made him calm down. Didn't look like he was too calm when he first jumped in the ring later
no.
on, 10 minutes later. But it was enough to get, I think, that energy, that adrenaline pump down on Jay a bit.
This was a fun match, which actually ended in a way that I have never seen happen.
I know, right?
I've seen it come close before, but both of them are pot curled up in such a ball that they have literally, it looks like, pinned each other's shoulders to the mat.
Yeah.
And
I
it
think I have
requires the never before used or very rarely used replay.
I think I have a picture of the pin, but watching it in because I was kind of guessing like they both looked like they pinned each other. Even live, I was looking at it like, did they
That's how it
pin
looked
each
like to
other or not?
me.
But whenever you watch the show, Nathan's shoulder is not down. He's only got one shoulder down, the other
Oh, yeah.
one's up, and he's using that leverage to
I did
pin
see that near the end. It
both
was
of
like he just
Jay's.
popped it right up and
Yeah, he's using that leverage, that little bit of leverage to pin Jay's
yeah,
shoulders down on him. And I
yeah.
was like, that shows you what a good wrestler and what a good thinker he can be when he's calm. He needs to stay calmer in the ring and he would win more matches. He would get
Well,
take more pins and he would have way more wins.
I'm going to
I
tell
think
you
Nathan
this.
Sims just needs to stay calmer in the ring.
I think we're going to see that. I
I
am
think
not
so. I think
upset with
that's where he's
this.
headed.
I'm not upset with the outcome. Nathan Sims is the
No,
new CWF Division
not at
One
all.
champion. I think he
Deserved.
deserves it.
Yeah.
He deserves it. Absolutely. I'm not sure where he's going to hang it behind the Circle K, but it's
Better stop saying that. He's going to pile drive you.
I can't, I
I
can't help
like
it.
you, Nathan. I
I
like you. I
like
don't have
Nathan
any
too.
problem
I like
calling you
Nathan a
Nathan.
lot. He's come on our show. He turned us on to a great movie. And here, in
Yes.
all honesty, I really like the fact that Nathan is the champ. I'm really curious to see where he's going to take this on this run. I think we're in for
And
some good stuff.
after listening, after listening to the Marshal talk about the belt, talk about what it means, and knowing the history of Nathan
It
in
makes
that
sense.
in the CWF, it's not wasted. That's not a wasted belt. There's
No.
some people that you could see taking that belt and just going, "Ha, I won!" Nathan may do that to somebody, but it's only to get on their nerves. It's not what he feels in his heart. In his heart, he's like, "This is mine. I deserve this. I won this." Somebody else might do that and just be like, "Ha ha ha," and really mean, "Ha ha ha ha." I got it. No big deal. But Nathan, that means something to him. That's
Mm,
something he's wanted, and he's wanted it for all the right reasons. He's done a lot of the wrong things, but he's wanted that belt for all the right reasons, I think.
yeah.
And well played, Nathan. Jay, a little bit more experience. I know Nathan trained you, but with a lot of the training that you got from him, he didn't show you everything.
Oh
He didn't
no.
show you
Jay's
everything
got a
that he
lot to
knows.
learn, but Jay has a
Nope.
lot of promise.
Jay
We
is,
are going to see a lot of Jay. I'm
I
I'm
hope so.
excited
That
for
that
Jay
kid is
Blanchard.
so good in the ring too.
Yeah,
He's got a
he's
lot of charisma. Like he
yeah,
walks out
he
and everybody
scares
loves
me
him.
though. He scares me.
Yeah.
I want him to survive. That's
Yes,
all.
I don't take any unnecessary, you know.
Yeah, please be careful, Jay. But we love you, dude.
You're young, but one day you'll be my age.
The main event was my match of the night. This is Marshall Briggs versus Justin Flo. Turned out to Briggs is going to give him the title shot for
Yes.
the World Championship CWF World Title. Um, and this is where I would never want to be a referee for the Marshall.
No, he's mean. He's mean to the well, sometimes the refs deserve it, but not this, not when he pushes that ref around. No, nobody's ready for him to have that fight.
No, but
So
let me
his,
roll back just a second because I want to explain real quick why I thought this was the match. My personal
all right.
favorite of the night
Yes.
was what we saw here, at least what I took away from this. I'm watching this fight. I see Flo. He's angry. We
Right.
heard his grievances earlier.
Right.
We heard Briggs's side. And
Right.
what I saw was when I'm talking about Briggs is not a man who wanted to destroy Flo, but
Hmm.
maybe almost wanted to beat a little respect into him to say, "Hey, bud, I'm here. You're
Right.
going to listen to me. Look at what I didn't see malice from Briggs. And that's weird for me to say that when he's beating the hell out of somebody, but it just seemed like there was more to this story than what's there. So
You know what? Now that you say that, now that you say that, I think I can kind of see it. I
that's what I
kind of
felt when I
see
watched it. Could be completely wrong. May not have been their
that's
intention, but that's what I felt.
that's not what I felt when I watched it. But as you say that, in retrospect, yes, I can definitely see that. I can
Yeah.
definitely see him. It's almost like when a son comes up to a dad and goes, "I think I can take you," and the
Yeah.
dad's got to be like, "No, I don't think you can." Throw a punch,
Yeah. That's
and the
kind of what it
kid
felt like. That's
and
kind of
the
what it
kid
felt like.
does. Yes, that's yeah, okay, yeah,
Master and
okay,
student. Yeah. That was what
absolutely.
I
In
felt. Yeah.
retrospect, yes, I agree with that assessment. It's crazy because I didn't see it until you said it.
Well, everybody
Um,
takes something different away from a match, and
mhm.
wrestling in general. So it is
Right.
interpretive to a degree, and that's what's wonderful about it. But dude, this thing just devolved into
Oh,
chaos. We had the entire locker room
the
empty.
real fight started after the bell rang and the winner was declared.
Lord have mercy.
I haven't seen
Everything
that
went
much
nuts.
mayhem in the ring in a while,
It was fun.
and
It was fun.
it was glorious. It was free. And I think the first one out of the ring was Mason, and I think he was
It
pulling
might have
Briggs
been.
off.
I think you're
I think he
right.
had to pull because he's the biggest one. He's going to pull Briggs off of Flo, and Flo's still going after Briggs, and then when they finally get them separated, the other one starts going after him. And in this one moment, I think I said it to you in the crowd, you see the factions.
Yes, that's what I was going
All
to
the two
say. That's one of
factions.
my notes. Yeah.
Yeah, right
You
then.
see this,
Like,
you see
ah, I
people
see what's
gravitate
gonna
to
happen
pull
now.
Briggs off, people gravitate to pull Flo off, and then you've
Right.
got groups of people almost evenly split in each corner, and it's like, son
Yep.
of a bitch, here are the
Yep.
new factions forming. That's just a
Yep.
guess. Uh,
It could have just been a coincidence,
yeah, but it felt that
but
way,
boy,
man.
man, the you said the manipulation. You've always say
Hmm?
that I'd like to be
Manipulate me, please.
manipulated. Yeah, manipulate me, please. That was perfect manipulation
Oh, it
of a
was.
story that is going to unfold throughout the rest of the year
Yes. I
and
think
maybe
these are
into
seeds
next
for
year.
something huge. And
Yeah, there's
that's
something big coming down, and that's just I'm looking forward to this because I love these stories. I love these guys, and
absolutely.
they put their rear ends in the line every month to
Yeah.
entertain not just you and me, but everybody in that place.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, man, it makes me want to be in my mid to late 20s, early 30s again. And I was skinny, but I'm like, I could have pumped up back then.
Yeah.
I could jump in that ring. But
It's
now,
well, and I'm going to put this to our listeners. Dave and I are wrestling fans. If you're a fan of wrestling, you really need to come support a local small business
yeah, yeah,
who's kicking out good stories, good matches, keeps us entertained. Dave and I haven't missed a match in like 2 years, maybe one time, but then we watched it live. So
yeah.
there's
We
always
watched
an
live and
option.
still did the show.
Yes, and we
Yeah,
yes. So there's always a way to catch the CWF. You can catch them on YouTube or their
yeah.
Facebook channel where they have live feeds every month for the local shows. This was a great reset, a good start to
Oh,
the new season, if you will.
so
Um,
good.
can't wait to see what happens.
And it's always fun for the entire family. You got kids. Yeah, there might be a an occasional swear word. I think the worst word I think I've ever heard anybody say on there is bitch.
Yeah,
But you hear that on 8 o'clock movies now on television. So
yeah. For the
and
most
that's
part,
like
it is
probably the
fun for the
worst thing.
it's fun for the family if you're okay with
Yeah.
violence. I mean, it is, but this is a performance.
What kind of
It's
American ain't okay with violence?
Oh, that's a whole nother podcast. We like our wrestling here, and that's
Yeah, it's it is absolutely good for the family. You see all sorts of kids in there, like little kids that are just this big, where you're just bouncing them to
look.
keep them quiet.
Like a newborn. It's been at every show. That kid is going to have wrestling in their blood.
Exactly, exactly. And there was younger kids there, and the kids. I think we say this every time we do one of these shows. The kids love the bad guys. They love the heels because they get to yell at the heels and say, "You're mean. You're smelly. You're not nice," or whatever they're yelling at
Yeah,
the kid. The
I
kids are
wish I
yelling.
had this as a kid.
It's
I wish. Yeah,
great. Yeah, yeah. This is some absolute memory
oh yeah,
building
so fun,
for
so
these
fun.
kids with their parents out there. It's so cool to watch.
Because when I
Yeah,
was their age, we did have wrestling, a somewhat local federation or group come in
yeah.
and came into the high school, and I saw a few names. Got to see Ox Baker.
Really?
Ox Baker.
Wow.
Lanny Poffo, also known as Leapin' Lanny, was one of my favorites. He was there,
Right.
Randy Savage's brother. And
No
as a young
kidding.
kid, it was so cool to see some of these faces and
Yeah,
see
I
that. But
bet.
it was so rare, never really got to do that. If I could have gone to that every month, every week, every couple months, it would have been awesome. It would have been so cool,
Yeah.
man. These these kids get a show every month, and
This
it's
is
awesome.
Yeah, this is so cool. They're in Milton and they're in Crestview. Find them on Instagram, Coastal Wrestling Federation. Follow them. They'll pop up their ad
And we'll tag them
every
here.
month when they're going to come. They're so it's such a well put together show, and these wrestlers give it all they got. And man, I'm a 12, 13-year-old kid again watching them wrestle. I just love it.
There it is.
I love watching these guys get in the ring and throw each other around. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. But I
It's a
love to
lot of
watch
fun.
it.
It's a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
a lot of fun.
It
Worth every
is.
dime.
Yeah, so folks, get out there and check it out and support your local wrestling community. And hey, if you like our pre-shows, our post-shows, our movie reviews, our wrestling interviews, where we also talk about movies, hit the
Yep.
like, hit the share, hit the subscribe, tell a friend, tell your mom, and we will we will catch you later.